Yo, here with some VO career advice for you. Lori Wild asks, be sure to give her a follow. Maybe work-life balance as a VO. What a struggle that is. Yeah, yeah. When we fantasize before we go full-time voiceover, we're like, oh man, when I go full-time, I'm gonna take all the time off and just like do whatever I want, whenever I want. The truth is, as any solopreneur can relate to, you pretty much do the opposite. You work late into the evening. You work way overtime, more than you would than if you were working for the man. And that's because you care and you're trying to survive. But one of the biggest things you can do is to set limits, boundaries for yourself and for people who are trying to get a hold of you. You don't want to train every single person and their dog and their little dust mite that are trying to text or email you that you are always available. You don't need to respond to everything that comes instantaneously. Why? Then you're going to train them that that's all you're doing. And frankly, it kind of gives off the impression that you're not busy. So you need to prioritize people like your agents, people you have long-term relationships with, that you'll get back to them as soon as you can. But if you set boundaries, like use your out-of-office reminder when you're not working on, God forbid, a weekend, that they'll know, oh wow, this person's on a robot and they have other clients and a life and maybe a family and health problems, and maybe I don't want to just whip them to death. Another tip is to theme out your days, like Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm going to just put up most of my focus into marketing. If critical auditions come in and ASAPs, you got to take care of them, right? But if you don't have specific things that you're aiming for, something to make progress on other than just reacting, you're not going to go anywhere. And when you're in that constant reaction, busy work mode, then it feels like nothing got done. And that behavior only drives you to work longer and longer hours deep into the evening. Another tip, have other interests outside of voiceover. What? Is that possible? It's hard when you care so much and you love your job. But it is so healthy to learn a skill that isn't going to benefit your business. It's something I struggle with all the time. Like, what am I spending time on alone? Is it going to help my business move forward or develop a skill that will work for the business? No. It's okay. Just learn something that isn't business related for once. Every now and then, pick a weekday and take it off. You're like, you know what? Friday, I'm exhausted. It's Wednesday. I don't have any bookings on Friday. I'm going to take that day off. And when you do it and you prove to yourself that nothing burned down and no one died, that, oh my God, it's okay for me to take time off. Finally, in terms of carving out your path, you should work in as many genres as possible in voiceover to not have all your eggs in one basket. But some people don't like the ping, ping, ping reality of a lot of the genres that are really fun to work in, like trailer, sound alikes for trailers, radio imaging, looping, promo, especially news promo, and sometimes commercial. All of those genres typically require, whether you're booked or you're just auditioning for it, same day turnaround. Some of them are 45 minutes. Some of them you have a half a day. And if that lifestyle isn't right for you, then you need to be very particular about which genres you want to pursue. And if you curate a lot of this work through your agent, you don't want to let them down either. VO genres that are not as chaotic, where you could actually plan a very predictable day more often than not. Corporate narration, e-learning, audiobooks for sure. You can really structure and block out your day. Commercial, video games, anime, animation, and dubbing. Those have slower turnarounds for the audition and usually book it out in a few days. But when you're booked for it, it's like this block, right? It's not this like endless chaos of, get it done. Oh my God, we have to get it done before 9 p.m. before we air it tomorrow. Like the other genres that I talked about prior can be like. We all wear many hats in our business and we're just trying to keep the roof over our head, right? But one thing I know for sure is if you don't set some sort of boundaries or structure and try your best to adhere to them, you're never going to be perfect. That it can, over the long term, lead to health problems, mental, physical, you name it. So you really, really got to look out for yourself. I'm really just like having a therapy session with myself at this point because I need to hear that. Thanks for the awesome question, Lori. There is no right answer for this. You have to find what works for you. All right, stay tuned for more voiceover and audio ninja tips in the future. See you, folks.